This short film diary is about a 2-day visit to Lugu Lake in southwest China. Xiaoxiao and myself, Alan Macfarlane, visited this remote mountain area during a 3-week trip through China in October 2003. We had been attracted by stories of its great beauty and of the fascinating minority groups who lived on its shores. The lake is set at an altitude of 2,600 meters on the borders of Sichuan and Yunnan provinces. It can only be reached along an often rough mountain road, which takes the traveller some 6 hours of travel through valleys of great beauty and many a hairpin bend. When you drop down to the lake, you find a village alongside it, which we shall explore briefly. In many of the houses, one of which we shall stay in, live the various ethnic groups of the area. In particular, we shall stay with the Mosuo family. The Mosuo originally came down thousands of years ago from northwestern China. They have lived in this region for at least 1,500 years. They fish in the lake, keep pigs and grow crops and vegetables. For many centuries, however, one of their main occupations has been long-distance trade. Lugu Lake is on the southwest Silk Road that runs from Chengdu in Sichuan down through Yunnan and Burma to India. Along this often precipitous track, which runs over high mountains and through deep gorges and forests, trains of mules were taken. These carried precious commodities back and forth, in particular silk and tea from China to India. The traders and mule drivers went on their expeditions every year, and the round journey would often take at least 6 months. As a result, many of the adult males were away for half of every year, and the houses were left with only women and young children. As a way of dealing with this, there developed an unusual social structure. The houses were run by the oldest active woman, often a grandmother, surrounded by her daughters and grandchildren. They fished, farmed, and owned the property. When the men were around, they lived and worked with their sisters and mothers. The whole organization focuses on the women, and the area is known as the Kingdom of Women. Almost all of the hard physical work was done in the village and fields by the women. The men were away or planning their expeditions. Out of this arose a situation where marriages, if they had existed, totally disappeared. When a boy reached puberty at between 13 and 16, he would be encouraged to find a female partner in another house. He would then start a pattern which would continue until old age, whereby he went off in the evenings to sleep in his partner's house. Each house was planned so that there was a main area where the older woman and the young children, that is all the children born of the women of the family, lived. Along another side were the animals, pigs and cows. The third side had enough bedrooms so that each adult female who was in a relationship with an outside visiting partner could have a room. They were visited at night by these partners, who left at dawn to return to their own female relative's house, where they ate and worked. There were no problems of property or inheritance, since the land and house belonged to the whole female-headed group, and all children born within it. If a partnership ended, the children stayed with the women, and the biological father was not expected to contribute to the child's upbringing. There was no marriage ceremony, no word for marriage, no words for relatives through marriage like brother-in-law or sister-in-law. During the Cultural Revolution, attempts were made to change this system and to force the Mosuo to register marriages. Many did so, but now the society is reverting to the old pattern, and many men and women have these informal relations. Often the partnerships are stable and last for life. The children go to visit the house of their mother's partner at the spring festival to acknowledge the relationship, but otherwise there is not much contact. They are brought up and disciplined by their mother, mother's brother's grandmother. The world of the Mosuo is changing rapidly now. We arrived through a gate where taxes are collected to pay for ecological improvements to the lake. There were many tourist boat coaches, and the lakeside is full of tourist lodges and restaurants. There is a building boom. All this is based on the massive surge in the Chinese economy, which is reinforcing the largest internal tourist industry in the world. Soon these Chinese tourists are likely to be joined not only by the Japanese and Koreans, who are already flocking to Lugu Lake, but also by Western tourists. An ancient system, with its matrilineal forms, unusual shamanistic religion and trading systems, all preserved to a certain extent to this day in the village and museum, is mixing with international capitalism and the communications revolution. It may well be that this film is a partial record of a world which will not be recognizable, except as a tourist time capsule in 20 years.
些钱啊，大哥。
拜拜，
拜拜。Filming and things like that, but we need to sort of catch.
This room is where the women stay with their grandma and children. Just now we saw a man walking outside this house. He's the partner of one of the grandma's daughters. So if they have partners, they may stay another room
upstairs. How different is this from what we saw in the museum yesterday?
I haven't found where the sons stay. But this old woman, the grandma, said his sons don't stay at home, only eat at home, stay with their partners.
I see. At night?
Yes.
And the daytime they're here, or?
The daytime they go out to work and come back to the home to have meals.
Yes, and then they go out. Yeah. How many sons have they got?
2 sons and 2 daughters.
So the daughters have visiting men, at least we know one does, and the sons go out to their girlfriends.
Yes.
They stay with, why do they stay?
With other women?
With their partner.
After 13.
So they eat here. They don't stay here. They don't have bedroom.
您是这家的吗？
是舅舅。
舅舅是老太太的弟弟。老太太的哥哥。
是。
哥哥。
The grandma's older brother.
Yeah. And he lives here.
Yeah. 您住在这里吗？
是。
你住哪间呢？在下面那间。He stay in that building downstairs. Left one.
Who was the lady we just saw?
She's one of the daughters. Usually, a woman in the family is in charge of the house, cooking. She's the one stays at home.
I've been here.
For the ancestors. Ancestors.
没有。
所以唱自己早啊，女2天才。
带点牛奶吗？
It's very sour.
So that's fine. You want more?
Yeah.
你们俩先吃吧，
行，
可以吗？
没事。
连我这就接着，我那是200多。
大姐，你有现在刚烧开的开水吗？
开水。开水
没有。
下菜就啊。
这很暖和啊。
How old is she?
他想问您多大了？
我30多岁了。
More than 30.
How many children does she have?
She has one boy and one daughter. The son also lives here.
It's a little boy.
The little boy.
He's the one we saw going to school.
She said, She said the boy can sleep here until 20. 20 something.
Oh.
Or more than 20 or even.
In this room?
How old is the man to find out a partner? She said it's not sure. Maybe 20, maybe 30.
How old was she when she found a partner? If you can ask.
他想问一个问题，你要是不高兴回答，可以不回答。然后他想问你，就是说你什么时候就是走婚吧？
我20多岁。
More than 20. 他在哪个民族都问了这个问题，就是说这个男人和女人之间的这个平等性，因为你们这个民族跟别的民族还有点不一样嘛，是以女性为主的嘛。所以他想问男人的地位高还是女人地位高？
都是一样的，男的女的都一样的。
They are equal, men and women.
So, men and women
are equal. She said there's a saying here, men laugh and the women cry. Men laugh and smile. Women cry. Because men don't have any responsibility for this family. I mean, for work, cooking and cutting the wood. this collecting wood, this kind of thing.
Women do.
Women do, and also field, working in the field, all are women's responsibility. Men sometimes they go out for trading or for now they boating on the lake for tourists, but they don't necessary. It's not necessary for them to do this. Most men just don't do anything all day.
Except read poetry.
No, they don't write poetry.
What?
And lyrics. They don't normally do poetry and lyrics.
They do nothing.
They do nothing, just wandering
Gamble.
around. And the women, when the women are working, they watch. They just watch beside. So
it's not exactly a paradise for women, is it, Xiaoxiao? To revise that.
是不是
They prefer
这个
daughters to sons.
纳西摩梭族是更喜欢女孩子，就是不喜欢男孩子？如果要生的话，
不是的，我们都男孩子和女孩子都一样的，有什么都可以的。
They don't particularly prefer girls.
They do.
Girls or boys are, they all like.
They like both. There's no preference.
They don't have terms for relatives through marriage. They call father's brother uncle, call father's father grandpa, but they call other ordinary houses the same term, uncle for grandma, grandpa. Yeah. This family, uncles and brothers find out earn money for children's school education. But some family, maybe women do that.
As well? Huh.
Women can also go out to boat.
Ah.
In the boats.
But they have so much to do anyway. I mean, if they've got to cut the wood and cook and do all the things here, look after the animals, it'd be very difficult to see how they could also go boating.
Really.
What about the house that was built up there? How did the new house? How did they finance that?
他想问就是说，骑马，rent horses and boating.
So they earned
money
money.
from, earn money from.
So this was the thing that the men were doing. So the men effectively paid for the house.
Yes.
There are walls. New walls. Walnuts. Do you like them?
这是掖着一块去的。你们不上学？上完了？不上，从来不上。
6年毕业都没上完。
Primary school. They did the primary school.
Yes, so they left school now. Yes.
What is their job now?
你们木瓜要不要？
Selling vegetables?
Yes, their job is selling vegetables.
买一个尝尝吧。
后他没有看，对，就因为他。得花多长时间做呢？4天做一个。
Pulling down an old house.
Go away.
The whole project is a national project for financing little children to go to school. It got money from all over the world, including China as well.
It's always in areas that are deprived. How many of these are Mosuo and how many Han?
They're all wear the same
Yes,
costume.
yes.
The first floor from the left is 1, 2, 3, 4 grades. The second floor is 5, 6 grades. It's 1 year prior to primary school, the laboratory.
It's a nice school, isn't it?
It's
Administrative office. Mosuo Folk Museum. Male princess consort Mosuo. Sheep bone divination ritual. Daba specialists. A former communal marriage family. 1997.
They originally pastoral of Qiang nation, Qiang people near Yellow River, and then in warring state period, they moved to south, to Sichuan, 1,500 Western Han nation dynasty. They moved to Yunnan here in Western Han, so it's more than.
Mosuo. Yes.
Yes, he's the chief of the museum.
Could he very simply, it's a very famous example of a marriage system, could he very simply explain how it works?
He said the Mosuo people, the couples, they can choose the choose spouse very freely. If they feel better, feel good, they can stay maybe together for more than 10 years. If they don't feel good, they stay together maybe 1 or 2 months. I asked him what does it mean by stay. He said that the man goes to the woman's house to sleep together, but the man still live with his own matrilineal family, and he said the family never has the issue of heritage of property, because the property always belongs to the whole family. No one has ever thought of divided or something.
That's very important. What about the relationship with your father? Because sometimes you don't know who your father is, and often he is someone who you don't meet until quite late on. Maybe you are a few years old. Is there any relationship, strong relationship with your father?
他说，
像一个以前的话，现在的话都基本上一个母亲一个父亲都很固定。
After Cultural Revolution, usually only this woman only have one partner. So the child, all the children know who is the father. In Spring Festival, it is the courtesy that the children go to visit their father. Before Cultural Revolution, maybe the woman has had more than one partners, so children had different fathers, but so they went to see different fathers in Spring Festival.
The old tea and horse trade. About a quarter of these are sexual symbols, apparently.
，like Chinese lunar calendar, they put different symbols, showing if this day is suitable for what kind of activity.
This is a Daba calendar.
Yeah, Daba. This is Daba ritual.
Paraphernalia.
这个是他每一次他要修船丈夫的时候都举行了一个。
This is a model for camel. This area, Mosuo people never use. In this area, never use camel. Camel is not here. So, camel. But this is very essential for a ritual in Mosuo. So people think Mosuo must have very close relation in ancient time with camel. His grandpa is a lama living in London for 40 years, more than 40 years. He worked with a charity organization. Often come back.
This is the 这个是Hopefully, I'll see you next time.
That's very kind. That's very kind of you.
Thank you.
There's another little boy there.
好了，马上忘记给你拉出来嘛。